Hello everyone, welcome in the next video of this series which is about big data analytics. What is big data analytics? Big data analytics is the process of storing, managing and analyzing the large scale of data, the huge data sets. And what is the need of this analysis? We analyze the data for pattern recognition and for getting the meaningful insight from the data, so that companies and organizations can improve their decision making and they can come up with the better products and services. They can increase their revenues. So this is the idea behind the big data analytics. Yeah. So today we will discuss the 3 V's of big data. What is 3V? 3 V's are the characteristics of big data which starts with the letter V. These are volume, variety and velocity. First of all, volume. Big data. Big data itself contains the term big, which is related to the size. So here the size is the amount and the quantity of the data is huge. That's why it is called big data. And every year we are doubling this data, and that's how we are increasing the size of this big data. And the big data is enough now to if you fill that data into the stacks of tablets and you arrange them like this, you can reach from Earth to Moon 6 to 7 times. So now you can imagine how magnificent and how huge this data is. And we need the newer type of technologies to handle this data, which are like Hadoop, Spark, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data visualization tools and etc. Second characteristics of big data is velocity. What is velocity? Velocity refers to the generation of data, the speed of generation of data, that how speedily that data is being generated and that data is being processed. So if the huge number of data is being generated, hence the complexity increases. If the data increases, complexity increases. Next is variety. So variety measures the different forms and formats, because we are getting this data from heterogeneous platforms. From multiple sources we are getting this data, which is structured, unstructured and semi-structured type of data. So this is how we are getting the variety. And let's quickly understand what the structured, semi-structured and unstructured data is. Structured data is well organized data, which has a certain length and format, which can be stored in row and column wise, which we have seen in the relational databases. Semi-structured data is less organized, which you can take the example of log files as a semi-structured data. And unstructured data is totally unorganized data. It can be in video format, audio format, text, images. It can be in anything. So it cannot be stored in the traditional systems like row and column wise. So that's why it is called unstructured data. So we have 3 types of data that we will discuss in our next video in detail. This is about variety, and we also have 2 more V's, which is veracity and value. What is veracity? Veracity is how truthful our data is, how accurate, how correct our data is, which is very important. If data is incorrect, whatever insight you will get from that data, that will also be inaccurate. And the 5th V is value. It is very important. If there is no value of data, there is 0 value, then the result will be 0. It shows it is measure of the usefulness. So if you have correct value of data, then you will get only the correct insight from that data. And there are not only 5 V's, there are n number of V's of big data. We talk about the properties of big data, which we are calling 3 V's and 5 V's of big data. In 2001, there was only 3 V's. In 2012 and 13, there was 4 V's and 5 V's. 2014 onwards, there was 10 V's. Now you can see there are 17 V's. Somebody says 42 V's. Now you have 100 V's, like 100 type of characteristics of big data, which starts with letter V. There are few V's that we should discuss. One is variability, how variable your data is. If there are n number of inconsistencies, that would be not fruitful for the analysis process. So this is about how much data is being changed. This is about variability. Validity, how accurate and correct your data is. More than 60% of data need need to clean before the analysis process. Other V's like virality, venue. Virality is how speedily the data is being spread, the data going to be viral, you can say. And venue is where the data is being generated and where it is being processed, locally on the system, on the cloud, on a cluster. So this is venue. And there are other V's also, like viscosity, utilization, vocabulary, vagueness, etc. and etc. So that we will not go into the depth of that, and that's it for today. So that's it about 3 V's and 5 V's. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much.